Hi guys, this is Julian from Amstermind, and today I want to talk to you about the biggest realization you can ever have. Yeah, I know this is kind of a bold statement, but yeah, I think it's the biggest realization I ever had, and I think it's the biggest realization you can ever have as a human being in general. So what am I talking about? Well, to tell you this, I first have to tell you a story. A couple of years back, I just started my personal development journey, and I kept hearing about meditation. People were talking about meditation. At first I was like, yeah, okay, meditation, that's something for weird woo-woo people. That's for monks who want to sit in a monastery all day and dress up weird. But as I kept hearing it, I was like, okay, let's actually try it first and then form an opinion. So I went to do a meditation course at a spiritual center, and yeah, of course there were some weird things there. There was like some guru pictures on the wall and stuff like this. So yeah, not everything resonated with me, but I was like, okay, let's keep an open mind and let's see what resonates, what I can take from this, and what doesn't resonate, so what I will reject. So basically I did this meditation course, and wow, meditation, I was so wrong about meditation. It really gave me some clear peace of mind and some less cluttered thoughts in my head. But also meditation gives you like a really big insight, at least it did for me. And that is the realization that you are not your thoughts. So what do I mean by this? Well, basically you can start to identify with your thoughts when you are living. I think most people identify with their thoughts. When you identify with your thoughts, you think those thoughts are you. That voice in your head, that is you. But with meditation, you start to realize that voice really isn't you. Because with meditation, you focus your attention on something else than your thoughts. So for instance, you can focus your attention on your breath, which is like a basic meditation exercise. Breathe in, breathe out, and you focus your attention on the air coming in, filling your lungs, and going out again. And that's basically what brings you to the present moment. Is you stay present with your breath, and of course, thoughts will come up. But you are taught that those thoughts, you can observe them. You don't have to indulge in them. You don't have to identify with them. So when you are just observing them, you realize, wow, those thoughts, they just keep going whether I want them to or not. Those thoughts I can observe. So I am not those thoughts. I can observe those thoughts. So basically, what does this do, this realization? It gives you a lot more power back over your life. Really. Because if you identify with your thoughts, you're like a victim of your thoughts. Because if you're having some bad thoughts, and those thoughts are you, then you are having a bad experience. You are actually identifying with those bad things. But when you start to realize that you can observe them, you don't have to pay all this attention to those thoughts which are not serving you. So you get a lot more control. You are actually practicing becoming more of your real self. Well, let's take a step back, because of course, why would people identify with their thoughts? There's a lot of mainstream science where scientists are saying, free will, that's an illusion, because you're just a product of your programming, of everything you've experienced in your whole life. You have your nurture, your DNA, your DNA, and your nurture, which is like everything that has happened up until now and that you've experienced in your life. Your upbringing, what movies you've watched, what kind of school you went to, all these kind of things. Those are your programming, and that's basically what your personality is made up of. But with meditation and the realization that you are not your thoughts, you can actually choose what kind of things you want in your life and what kind of things you don't want in your life. Because it starts with your inner world. It starts with the thoughts you are having. So if you're having negative thoughts, you don't have to pay attention to them. You don't have to indulge in them. You can just observe them. Oh, that's just an experience. There's some negative thoughts I'm having. And they will go away. Just let them go. And you can actually actively focus on having the thoughts you want. Focus on having the internal conversation that you want. Focus on solving a problem. Because, of course, thinking is not a bad thing. But those that chatter in your head that constantly keeps going. It keeps you out of the moment. And if you really want to actively use your thoughts, that's a good thing. If you are conscious about it, you want to solve a problem or something like this, you can actively use your mind to solve a problem. So basically, I would say you are the observer and the delegator of your own thoughts. Your consciousness can do both things, it's a passive and an active force. A lot of spiritual teachers, they say you are only the observer, but I disagree, because I think you can actively change everything in your life. This is the basis of personal development, because you're no longer a victim of your thoughts, you're no longer a victim of your environment, of your upbringing or whatever, because you can start taking back that power, and you can really harness that power and cultivate it and become more conscious and no longer a stimulus response robot, which I think modern science is basically telling you when they say that you are just your thoughts, you are just your programming. Then there's a stimulus and there's a response in you that is automated. You're like an automated robot, a biological robot. But that's not the case, because as soon as you really focus and harness your consciousness and you actively train your consciousness, then you realize that you are not the stimulus response. You can also observe it, see the response your body or you want to give, observe it, and then decide what the right course of action is. And this is where you're actually really becoming more conscious. So I wanna leave you with a small exercise, and this exercise is where you the next time you're feeling you're having some negative thoughts. So let's say you're standing in line at the cashier, you're at the supermarket, and it's just taking so long, and the people are just so it takes them so long to just put their groceries down and whatever. It's just you're just complaining in your head. Next time you have this kind of a negative situation, you can just let go of those thoughts, don't identify with them, because those thoughts are not you, you're just experiencing those thoughts. And you can actively choose what kind of state you want to be in. So what kind of state do you want to be in? Probably one where you're really happy. So when you're in this situation, just think of something that you're grateful for in that moment. So just let those negative thoughts go and focus your thoughts, actively focus your thoughts on something that you're grateful for in this moment. You could be grateful for some good thing that happened today, or just something in the moment. You could even be grateful for just the fact that you're alive. By doing this, you actively change your internal state, and you basically have much more control over your life. And this is just a simple thing you can constantly do, and the more you will do this, the more you will wake up and become more consciously in your everyday life. So just do this simple exercise the next time you're feeling some negative thoughts and you feel yourself, you hear yourself complaining in your head. Just try this simple exercise. This is the end of the video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. And see you in the next one.